At 85, Lee Trevino finally confirms the rumors were gutless. Those words might never have been spoken directly, but they capture the fire that burned inside Lee Trevino during one of golf's most mysterious feuds. At 85 years old, the legendary golfer has finally opened up about what really happened between him and Augusta National's powerful co-founder, Cliff Roberts. For decades, fans wondered why one of golf's greatest champions would skip the Masters tournament 3 times during his prime years. The truth, as Trevino now admits, had nothing to do with the course and everything to do with a heated personal battle that he's kept quiet about for over 50 years. Lee "Buck" Trevino stands as one of golf's towering figures. 6 major championships, 29 PGA Tour victories, a spot in the World Golf Hall of Fame since 1981. But his legacy goes far beyond the scorecard. Known as Super Mex and the Merry Mex, Trevino captivated fans with his distinctive playing style and refreshingly honest commentary. What made him special wasn't just his golf game. It was his willingness to speak truth to power, even when it cost him dearly. The mystery began in the early 1970s. Trevino skipped the Masters in 1970, 1971, and 1974. These weren't just any years. This was Trevino at his absolute peak. In 1971, he won both the US Open and British Open. In 1974, he captured the PGA Championship. Yet he stayed away from Augusta National, golf's most prestigious stage. For years, Trevino told reporters he simply didn't like the course. He claimed his low fade shot didn't suit Augusta's layout. After the 1969 Masters, he famously declared, "Don't talk to me about the Masters. It's just not my type of course." But that wasn't the real story. Trevino later revealed the truth that had been eating at him for decades. His problem wasn't with Augusta National itself. His problem was with Cliff Roberts, the club's formidable co-founder and chairman. "My problem wasn't with Augusta," Trevino finally admitted. "My problem was I couldn't get along with Cliff Roberts." The conflict centered around what Trevino called a ticket situation. The details remained private, but the result was explosive. Trevino described numerous heated discussions where he lost his temper with one of golf's most powerful figures. Roberts was known for his authoritative control over the Masters. Going head-to-head with him took serious courage, especially for a player from Trevino's background. Trevino candidly accepted responsibility for his role in the dispute. "It was my fault. I never should have lost my cool," he acknowledged, admitting to his fiery temperament. The strategic genius of Trevino's original course dislike explanation becomes clear when you consider the era. In the early 1970s, openly confronting someone as powerful as Cliff Roberts could have destroyed a golfer's career. The course complaint served as protective cover, masking a personal battle with what seemed like a professional justification. Trevino's return to Augusta came largely through the quiet intervention of Jack Nicklaus. The Golden Bear recognized that the Masters needed its strongest field, and that included the fiery Mexican-American champion. Trevino noted that he never explicitly discussed the Roberts situation with Nicklaus. He simply chose to return, likely recognizing that his absence was hurting both the tournament and his own legacy. This demonstrates the informal but powerful influence that top players can wield in resolving disputes within golf's elite circles. Years later, Trevino expressed profound regret about his boycott. He called it the greatest mistake I've made in my career and reverently referred to Augusta National as the 8th wonder of the world. But his original feelings about the club culture ran deeper than just his Roberts feud. Trevino famously complained that if he hadn't qualified as a player, Augusta wouldn't have allowed him on the grounds except through the kitchen. In 1972, after skipping 2 previous Masters, he stored his golf shoes in his car trunk rather than use the clubhouse locker room. These comments revealed Trevino's broader discomfort with golf's exclusionary traditions. As someone who called himself the gatepost coming from Mex, Trevino represented a working-class minority background that clashed with Augusta's old-world elitism. His kitchen comment was a powerful metaphor for feeling like an outsider, even as a celebrated champion. This tension would foreshadow his later, more public stands against golf's discriminatory practices. The 1990 PGA Championship at Shoal Creek Country Club in Birmingham, Alabama, became Trevino's most significant moment as golf's conscience. The club maintained an explicit all-white membership policy, a fact that exploded into controversy when founder Hall Thompson made inflammatory remarks to the press. Thompson stated that Shoal Creek would not be pressured into accepting black members, asserting, "This is our home, and we pick and choose who we want." The comments sparked immediate nationwide protests from civil rights leaders. Corporate America responded swiftly. Major sponsors, including Toyota, IBM, Honda, Anheuser-Busch, Lincoln Mercury, Delta Airlines, and Kodak, withdrew their advertising from tournament telecasts. ABC alone reported nearly $2 million in lost revenue. The financial pressure mounted quickly on golf's governing bodies. Amid this escalating crisis, Lee Trevino publicly considered withdrawing from the championship. His potential boycott wasn't just a personal protest. It was a clear statement about the integrity of professional golf itself. Trevino articulated his position forcefully. "Hey, I'm a member of the PGA, and I hate to see my organization shoot itself in the foot like this." As a prominent golfer of Mexican ancestry, his voice carried special weight. His willingness to potentially sacrifice a major championship appearance demonstrated the consistent moral compass that had guided him since his Augusta boycott. The Shoal Creek controversy proved to be a watershed moment. Economic pressure succeeded where moral arguments alone had failed. The PGA Tour, USGA, and LPGA swiftly established new policies requiring all host clubs to maintain inclusive membership practices, prohibiting discrimination based on race, gender, religion, or national origin. Shoal Creek itself responded by admitting its first black member, insurance executive Louis J. Willie. The broader impact was profound. Prior to 1990, 17 race and gender-restricted private clubs hosted PGA Tour events. The Shoal Creek affair fundamentally altered this landscape. Trevino's principled stand, combined with corporate pressure and civil rights activism, created lasting institutional change. The controversy established a precedent that discriminatory practices by host venues would not be tolerated due to financial and reputational risks. Today at 85, Trevino remains as outspoken as ever about professional golf's future. He has taken a definitive stance on the current divide between the PGA Tour and LIV Golf. His assessment is characteristically blunt. "Personally, just being the gatepost coming from Mex, I think it's dead. I think the other side is gone." That self-referential comment about being the gatepost coming from Mex adds his signature blend of humility and grounded perspective to a strong opinion about golf's biggest current controversy. Trevino's optimism about the PGA Tour's future stems from his assessment of its current health. He praises significant increases in attendance, television ratings, and sponsor investment. "Golf is in a hell of a position right now," he declares boldly. He expresses particular admiration for PGA Tour Commissioner Jay Monahan, stating he would take Monahan with me into a foxhole. That's high praise from someone who has seen golf leadership through multiple eras of crisis and change. A key factor in Trevino's confidence is the new $400 million investment from the Strategic Sports Group. This substantial financial backing reduces the urgency for any deal with the Saudi Public Investment Fund. Trevino questions whether such a merger is even necessary, suggesting the PGA Tour is self-sufficient. While he acknowledges that LIV Golf has made people a heck of a lot of money, including PGA Tour players who benefited from increased prize purses, he separates short-term financial impact from long-term viability. With characteristic humor, Trevino points to LIV Golf's struggles, noting dismal television ratings and the lack of official World Golf Ranking points. In a self-deprecating remark that reinforces his down-to-earth persona, he quipped about not watching LIV because he still uses a flip cell phone and needs help turning on a computer. Trevino draws parallels between today's situation and the 1968 split that created the modern PGA Tour. He was directly involved in that historical breakaway, attending the meeting at Jack Nicklaus's club, where players decided to form their own tour. His experience gives weight to his current perspective. Lee Trevino's place in golf history extends far beyond his 6 major championships. His journey from humble beginnings to challenging golf's most entrenched traditions provides a unique window into the sport's evolution. Whether confronting Cliff Roberts at Augusta, considering withdrawal from Shoal Creek, or dismissing LIV Golf today, Trevino has consistently served as golf's conscience. His enduring voice, characterized by humor, honesty, and unwavering principles, continues to shape the game's discourse. At 85, the Merrimax remains what he's always been, fearlessly authentic and unafraid to speak truth to power in professional golf.